Good morning, everyone. This video is going to be a short one, but it's going to prove to be quite useful. And this one is going to show you how you can set up your assignments so that students have options about how they submit, and you can also determine which types of files that they can submit. And so let's click on Assignments. And my labs in this course are my assignments, so I'm going to edit the assignment. Okay, and then here is where you're going to determine when it starts, when it ends. You can, have release conditions. You can manage special access. So I have to change this for my fall course, but this was the default for my summer course. But it's these two here that I think are ones that you don't want to overlook. So submission and completion. So we click that little chevron there. Okay, so this is an individual assignment. Students are doing the lab on their own. You pick what category that's going to link to in the grade book. So mine is lab submission. You can see there's different categories that I've made here. This is lab submission. Submission type is going to be a file. All right, now this is where you might say they get one chance. I often will have students submit their lab and then 15-20 minutes later, like, oh, I forgot about this. So I just leave it as unlimited, okay? And this one here I think is really important. One of the sort of annoying things that about Blackboard, one of the many, is that a lot of students use Macs, and so the default file type when they're using Microsoft Word is a .pages file because they're using Pages as their word processor. Both Blackboard and Brightspace cannot open a Pages file. Okay, so the default is no restrictions, which means students can upload a Pages file, even though in all my directions I say you must save as a doc or a PDF. They still just are so used to doing it, they send it in. Also, a lot of students, because of the way they have their operating system set up, they might not see file extensions. So they just might see the title of the file, but they don't see .pdf or .pages or .docx. So what I like to do here is click on this no restrictions, and annotatable files are what you really want to pick. Annotatable files are basically anything that Brightspace can view and edit, so you can mark it up. So basically that's going to be Word documents, PDF, it's going to be images in a variety of different formats. So that's the one that you want there. And then here you decide, am I going to keep all their submissions? Am I only going to take one? Or am I just going to keep the most recent? For me, I do only the most recent because it can get cumbersome if a student submits the same lab 5 times because they've tweaked it slightly. And then I think this is kind of nice too. So by default, this box is empty. I think it would be wise if you could sort of change this setting globally, but I haven't figured out how to do that yet. So I basically put my email address in that box. So the second a student submits a lab, I will immediately notify it so I can go into Brightspace and grade it as quickly as possible. If you leave that box empty, when you go into Brightspace, you'll see that there are assignments there, but you don't know for sure unless you've been notified. Okay, and then of course, if you have something that they're submitting that has to be, written, or you could even, I guess, do labs with a rubric, you could add a rubric here, right? So, I have various rubrics, but none of these are related to the lab. Okay, so that is it.